Hello, in today's session, uh, this is the lecture 2 of the SQL series, and today we will going to learn about insert into statements. So insert into statement is again a very amazing statement or the command you can say in the SQL that helps you to add certain values into the columns of all the tables that you will create. So you might be interested in creating any table, but if you haven't add any values inside it, then that table might be empty. So let's fill that table. Suppose, let us say I take a table named as table 1. Okay. And then I need to fill it with different column headings. Let's suppose say I will create 3 columns inside it, C1, C2 and C3. Now what I want is, I want that the value that the each column containing inside it should be different from one another. So let's see how it could be different. So for that, the value V1 should be inserted inside it. The value V2 should be inserted inside the column C2 and the value V3, let's suppose say, is inserted inside all the column 3. So this is the columns in the table. Okay. And this is the entire table that I am talking about. So now we have already understood that how to create a table. So for creating any table, what should I write? Can you think it inside your mind that what is required to create any table? Yes. So it is create command. Create table. And then comes the table name. Table name is table 1. Then what should I do after that? After creating the table, as said, I should create its column. So the column should also be very easy to create, right? So let's suppose say I have created certain tables, right? And for creating a certain table, if I will not give the semicolon and the brackets, then there will be the error when I run it. So let's suppose say C1 is having the integer data type of value. C2 is again having the integer data type of value. C3 is again having the integer data type of value. Now the work is still not done because C1, C2 and C3, where are the values then? Where the values will go then? So let's now keep on inserting the values. For that, I will write insert into and table name. What's the table name? Table 1. And then after writing the uh, table, write the column name. Okay, so I will provide the column name now. So the column name, as you can see, is C1, C2 and C3. So C1 separated by commas, C2, C3. So now the values that I need to insert is values. Okay, so always remember that add it like a inside the single quote. Okay, so always add all the values inside the single quote. And there you go. So if there are n number of columns, then you can create n number of columns. And let's suppose say there is n number of values. So you can create n number of values here. So, and also we will going to add a semicolon here. Okay. So I guess now this is clear. So now let's see that how to do the coding for this. So I will be creating a table. For that I need to write the statement create table and table name. Then I need to write the column C1. C1 should be there and it should having the data type as integer. Column 2 should be there in the table. It should also having the same data type. Column 3 should be there. It should be having the same data type. Now, that's what discussed here. So, C1, C2 and C3 and I have created it. Now, if you write like this, then it will give you an error. So, be careful. Okay, can you guess what the error here is? The error here is that there should be comma. Okay, there should be the commas after each and every column that you create. Yeah, for the last column, you don't require any comma. Okay, just separate them with the comma. And now I will going to insert the value v1, v2 and v3. For that, I will use insert into table name is table 1 and what are the columns you want to insert in. You can specify that and then you can write values should be in the single quotes. Remember to write it always in the single quotes, the values that you are actually inserting. And don't forget to put a semicolon. So here comes the comma only because I am separating the columns. But now where the semicolons will come after the creation of the table, the semicolon will come. The second semicolon will come after the insertion of the values. So finally, let's test the code, whether it is working fine. Okay, so it will not give any value. So let's write select all from table 1. For your information, I want to specify that select will be learned in the session number 3. But for the reference of seeing the output, I am just writing it. So just you need to learn that how to insert the values and how to create the table, because the select statement we will going to learn in the next class. This is just specifying here that you are actually selecting the values, all the values from the table, because the star suggests all. So now the value v1, v2 and v3 is printed. So this statement is written just for understanding the output, and I guess we are clear with all the values that we should insert. So now we will meet in the next session with more such details on the select statement, how it is selecting all the values. So till then, goodbye.